What was it like playing in Atlanta and being a
Yeah,
Thrasher?
I love it, and that's my one regret that they folded after the season that I was there. But I loved it, just being, in my building. People are driving Lamborghinis that were music executives that owned hair salons, that owned businesses. So there's a lot of wealth in the downtown area of mixed different backgrounds and everything like that. So I loved it. I actually, I played in Chicago, but lived in the suburbs. But living in downtown Atlanta was an amazing experience. And the team that year, I think we were third in the conference for a while because we were first place in our division, so we didn't really have a lot of points. But we were first for a while. But we were a young team. A lot of those guys that came over, they were sort of secondary and tertiary pieces of the Stanley Cup team. So they were now thrust into the spotlight of being the guys. Andrew Ladd went from Chicago being to, hey, now you're the captain, now you got to lead the charge. So that was a learning experience. We traded for Wheeler, who, first story he told when he came, he's like, yeah, when I was in Boston, when we lost, they threw my jersey on the ice and I saw it coming down from the rafters. So he wasn't ready to be a leader yet, but just seeing those guys, young guys now evolve into top players. You saw Big Buff, he had a pretty good series with the Chicago Blackhawks. Just seeing him now turn into a number one defenseman, and seeing Toby Enstrom and Ron Hainsey. Evander Kane was in his third year. I was playing on a line with Nick Antropov and Brian Little, and seeing those guys. So it was amazing because I was 25 years old, so maybe a bit of a young guy, but being a part of that and having a major part of that in a city where I think if they gave us a couple more years, that team,
it could have been special.
Winnipeg now, it could have been that, Southeast Division powerhouse, I think.
Do you have your baby blue jersey with the navy blue sleeve?
No, it's funny because we didn't even hear rumors until after the season. We're like, yeah, okay, we're coming back and, we'll figure everything out. But that was the one jersey that I didn't get because they kept it. They're like, they made some excuse on why they're keeping it. But now we know it's because they're selling everything to recoup some money. But it's funny, I gave away my pants, helmet, and gloves and bag, and I recently just got it back this past year from a guy that I gave it to. I'm like, hey, man, I really need to have nothing from Atlanta. So he actually came and gave me back. So I have my pants, gloves, helmet, and that the vintage Atlanta bag.